All right, everyone, here we are with another video with Invest for tomorrow. And to all the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. And to all the subscribers, welcome back. All I ask for in return is for you to smash that like button to let me know you watch this video and to stay tuned on in towards the second half of this video. All I'm asking for is 3 to 5 more minutes of your time. I'm going to talk about the ticker symbols I mentioned this morning that I was watching. If that's something that interests you, you're more than welcome to join us. The Discord link is down below in the description. We're 100+ members already, all intelligent and smart investors looking to learn and grow together to maximize profits and minimize losses, as well as I have a ticker symbol to share with you guys right after, so I don't want you guys to miss it, and I want you guys to stay tuned on in for the information. Now let me just show you guys a sneak peek of one of the stocks I mentioned this morning. So we were 3 for 3. They all hit home runs, but one of the ones that went way beyond our expectations was COCP. It was sitting at 170 when I mentioned it this morning at 8 in the morning, almost 9. And if we look here, you could see how COCP reacted on the day, sitting at 170 in the pre-market, pulled back, hit a low here of 153, took off, and hit a high here of 143, 100+% on the day. Now, one of the best ways that I like to look for stocks is to look for 5 to 10%, and this is just my opinion, on a regular day, 10 to 20% on a great day, and 20% plus is a home run. Did I ride this all the way, and did most of the investors ride it all the way? Certainly not, because there's uncertainty, and you are in a penny stock, and like I always say, I do not hold penny stocks. I trade them. I look for my percentage and get out, right? But this turned out to give plenty of room for 20+% on the day, all the way upwards to 120% on the day. That was a tremendous, actually, I'm speechless almost, run on the day. This is the highest that we went ahead and saw in one single day. Now, for the most part, we usually find 10 to 20% gainers, and sometimes it's only 5 to 10%. Now, these are just stocks I'm watching. It's not financial advice, and by any means, just because I'm watching it doesn't mean you have to act upon it. But if you want to know what I'm watching daily, I'm looking for opportunities, whether the market is red, the market is green. I'm looking for opportunities every single day to maximize profits and minimize losses. So if that's something you want to become a part of, you're more than welcome to, and we look forward to having you join us. So SENS Sensonics Holdings Inc. has been going downwards. I said if this broke through $2, that would be a concern, and we need to watch it carefully, okay? Now I want you guys to be aware moving forward of 171, but let's look at our support here for today. So this hit a low here of 187. It's currently sitting at 193. 187 gets broken through. You want to watch it, how it reacts between this support and the next support level, and if the bulls are trying to reappear and bring it back up, or are the bears tearing this one down fairly fast. Super important to keep that in mind and watch this carefully moving forward. Now, our resistance level, it is very important because it's going to let us know where the momentum is going. But before I talk about it, the 50-day moving average is more important, and that's 205. That is the true point that the bulls need to break through. But before getting there, they need to break through the resistance, turn it into a support, and get one step closer to the 50-day moving average. But once they do, they will push off of it and go into bullish territory. That's the goal. So super important to know where the 50-day moving average lies, and if the bulls can break away from it to the newer highs. But before they do, the resistance level is down here at 198, and then we also have 203. But 198 is the first step that the bulls need to break through. It does not guarantee that the bulls have gained control or that they're going to get back into bullish territory. It is just a stepping stone to get one step closer to the 50-day moving average and continuing the momentum. Now, this stock has taken a beating after this run. I would watch this carefully if it can get back over $2 or stay close to it, but the closer it gets to 170 is definitely something to watch moving forward. As always, if you learned something new, don't forget to subscribe, click on the bell so you don't miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community, and don't forget to smash the like button to let me know you watch this video, and stay tuned on in towards the second part of this video, guys. All I'm asking for is 3 to 5 more minutes of your time. I'm going to talk about the stocks I was watching this morning and a ticker symbol you may want to add to your watch list. Stay tuned. So the ticker symbol I have to share with you guys today is one that I talked about before, and I really like the way it's been being up, and it's a great time to be watching it now more than ever. So we're going to talk about that in just a moment. But before we jump into these charts, may the 4th be with you. So here we are. These are the stocks that I watch every single morning, and if you want to get access to that, you can join us over at the Discord. The link is down below. You'll gain access to 100+ members in our community that are smart, intelligent investors, all looking to learn and grow together to maximize profits and minimize losses. So let's go ahead and look at this, and if you want to become part of it, you are more than welcome to join us. The tiers and slots are filling up pretty quickly, and we look forward to having you join us. So HBP, right? I was about to say PB, but HBP was probably one of our worst performing. So it was currently sitting at 510 when I talked about it, and I stated it needed volume, okay? And when I talk about these stocks, it's not like that's the entry or that's the best price or that's the point. No, you just want to watch it, right? Because I'm watching it too. And it basically dropped to 490 and a low here of even 480. But right after that, it took off and hit a high of 586, a whole entire dollar. So this was a 20+ gainer, okay? This was our worst performing of the day. Then we have BLRX, which I went ahead and mentioned in the pre-market as well, right here. And it was jumping and pulling back at the time, so I was watching it carefully going into the market, and it had jumped because of positive results on phase 3 trial. It was currently sitting at 497. So 497 was pretty close to the point where it hit a low here of 480 before the pre-market ended, and then once it opened, it hit 475. So it dropped a few cents after that, and then right after that, it took off to $6 and some change. So this one had a big reaction. Then it pulled back again, giving another opportunity there of another 20 to 30% jump, okay? So yeah, this was one of those that gave 30+%, and right there, right off the bat, it was almost 50% from that drop there, but it was around 30 to 40+% within that area. So this was our second best player of the day of the stocks I was watching, right? Just because I'm watching it doesn't mean you need to act upon it, but you get access to seeing the stocks I watch every day. And every single day, I'm looking for 5 to 10%, and anything above that is great or a home run. And we hit home runs today all throughout. We went 3 for 3. And this was the best performing. A lot of the investors posted in the profits section. So if you join us, you'll see how many investors acted upon this and how it went for them. But this was one of those that early on, since I tell every single investor and viewer, all I'm looking for is 5 to 10%, and I've made videos endlessly talking about 10 to 20% is great, 20% plus is a home run, and as soon as you're in the 20s, 30%, you know, it's up to me, right, when I'm an investor to take profits, and it's the same thing for you guys. But a lot of investors have started to realize that sometimes it's better to just lock in those profits than wait and see hopelessly and start losing it. So those that locked in profits, it turned out very well for them. And if you join us, you'll see it in the profits section. It was about 4 different investors, I think, or 4+, that actually had a great experience with this one. So I talked about this one early on, and it was sitting at 170 when I talked about it. Let's go ahead and look at that right here. So it basically was jumping on news from the previous day. I couldn't find any news today on it. So I guess the news started to reach investors and institutional investors or retail investors attention, and it was sitting at 170 when I saw it, and right there we see a dip. It hit a low of 153, and after that it took off. This stock from 153 to where it's at right now, it 2x'd, okay? This was 100+% gainer once that jump happened, but within just minutes there was the opportunity right there to make anywhere from 20 to 40%, even upwards to 50 to 60%, even 70% at these highs. So these are the opportunities we look for in the Invest for Tomorrow community. You're more than welcome to join us. Today we went 3 for 3, all of them hitting home runs. Anything above 20% is a home run, 10 to 20% is a great day, and 5 to 10% is the realistic expectation, and really all I'm looking for every single day I trade. So if you want to become an investor that has an opportunity to maximize profits and minimize losses, and learn through what I'm watching, you're more than welcome to. But just because I'm watching it doesn't mean you need to act upon it. I do want you guys to be aware of that. So what's the ticker symbol to add to your watch list? The ticker symbol I talked about last week, and I want every single investor and viewer to keep in mind, is Ford, guys. Ford had taken a beating, and it's getting close again to those lows after those lows of earnings back on the 29th, and then it kind of bounced right back up. So it's kind of sitting around that area. The closer it gets to $11, the more interesting. If it falls below it, I'll have to reconsider and reanalyze it, and that's something I would tell you to do as well. But do research and do your due diligence and check out what's going on overall in the market, because this is part of the S&P 500 index, and the S&P 500 index, we can see what happens. So the Ford stock here, F stock, is definitely one to watch and move with, because the opportunities might be in front of us or might be to come, right? And this stock does have potential because they have stakes in EV companies, and they're working their way into the EV sector. That's going to allow them to have a piece of the pie of the future revenue of the shift in the way the EV sector will impact the car industry. So Ford Motors has a chance. It is a blue chip stock. It went from being a penny stock to obviously over $10 this year, from last year to this year. And this stock has potential. I mean, if you look up analysis ratings and articles, there's very bullish outlooks. But this is the best time to watch it, especially after an overreaction of it dropping a total amount of $1.30. And if it drops a little bit more, that's a big move for Ford. It's a very slow mover, but when it moves, it moves. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.